Good morning, everybody. I'm Brittany Forrest. You know anything can happen on live TV. Don't you want to stick around and see what we've got up our sleeve with STL Live coming up next? I know I'm looking forward to the shenanigans. Check it out. Coming up next on STL TV is a show that keeps you up to date on what's going on in St. Louis. Stay tuned for one of the latest episodes of St. Louis Presents. And if you really want to stay up to date what's going on around the Lou, you should download the new STL TV app. You can have it all of our programming on the palm of your hands. It's free and it's available for, I can do that over. I want to kind of have my phone for this one. To kind of, ooh. Coming up next on STL TV is a show that keeps you up to date on what's going on in St. Louis. Stay tuned for the latest episodes of St. Louis Presents. And if you really want to stay up to date on what's going on around the Lou, you should download the new STL TV app. You can have all of our program. Sorry. Okay. Coming up next on STL TV is a show that keeps you up to date on what's going on in St. Louis. Stay tuned for the latest episode of St. Louis Presents. And if you really want to stay up to date on what's going on around the Lou, you should download the new STL TV app. You can have all of our programming at the palm of your hands. It's free and available for Android and iPhone users. While you do that, check out St. Louis Presents, followed by the Gateway Arch and Who's Who in Diversity with In Breve at 12:30.
Good job. Hang in there.
Today is National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. Look out, this could get a little messy. The whole idea is to empower kids and teens to become more actively involved in the planning, preparation, and cooking of meals. The Young Chefs Academy started this day as a way to help foster family bonds and fight against serious health and social issues related to youth eating habits. You can look for some kid-friendly recipes online, and don't forget to post pics of the meals your kids have made and tag them with the hashtag KidsTakeOverTheKitchenDay. We got some really entertaining shows to watch while you prep your kitchen. In Breve, followed by The Block. Stick around. We've got a really cool episode of Show Me the Music coming your way. Producer and host Ben Province put together a killer episode featuring a lot of the great talent we've had at STL TV over the years. It's a really fun compilation. So stick around for Show Me the Music, followed by Staying Fit. I can probably do. Old Newsboys is a fundraising event in St. Louis that volunteers and local celebrities are out on the streets and in the intersections selling newspapers. Well, the organization is going to take a swing at a new fundraising event. Stick around and I'll have all the details on the inaugural fundraiser to help at-risk youth in St. Louis, right after STL Live. Old Newsboys Day is going to have their very first polo match on Saturday, September 29th at 4 p.m. The match will feature Keftig Beer team against Emo's Pizza team. You can get more information on tickets at party.com. Check out STL TV's coverage of the Urban League Salute to Women coming your way right now. Okay. We're all connected to our phones, right? Well, if you got a smartphone, you can be connected to what's happening in St. Louis. Be sure to download the STL TV app. It's free and stay up to date with our latest programs and coverage of local events. Daily Mix is coming up next, followed by STL Live, then City Corner. Stay tuned. Okay, finally, getting through. Sometimes it's easy for us to get caught up in our own little world. It's nice to see what's happening in the other parts of our great city. City Corner aims to do just that, show what's going on around the corner and across the city. And our latest episode is coming up next, followed by The Block. Okay, it's getting better. Did you know you can not only watch STL TV on your local cable provider, you can also catch our programming by streaming live on our website. Plus, our homepage, stltv.net, has our latest tweets. We've got more STL TV exclusive programming coming your way with The Block. STL Live is coming up next with some awesome guests and cool events that are coming to our area. It's always a blast because it's live. After STL Live, check out another STL TV original, City Corner.
Is that the end of the day?
Yeah. We pride ourselves in not only bringing St. Louis government meetings to you, but also creating original programming aimed to helping you experience St. Louis. Stick around because we're about to deliver on our promise with City Corner coming up next, followed by Show Me the Music, and then In the Kitchen with Stacey Static. As we prepare to enter the 9 o'clock hour, I'm going to sign off for the night, but you should definitely continue enjoying STL TV original programming. Come your way tonight is Show Me the Music, followed by In the Kitchen with Stacey Static, and then we got coverage of cool events around the city for the next couple of hours. So sit back, relax, and enjoy STL TV. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Day one down. Good morning, I'm Brittany Forrest, and we're going to be hanging out here together on STL TV today. It's National Cream-Filled Donut Day, so go grab one to go and a cup of coffee and come right on back because coming up next is STL Live. Hi there, thanks for tuning in to STL TV. In case you're just joining us for the first time, it's important to know that we're more than just a government access station. We have original shows that are all about St. Louis. Coming up next is our very own Ty Blackstock gives us the inside scoop of St. Louis sports scene and inside sports. Then stay tuned for our exclusive coverage of the Urban League Salute to Women. Well, it's the lunch hour. Are you eating healthy or did you opt for the big old hoagie sandwich? Well, today of all days is a great day to grab one of those giant sub sandwiches because it's National Eat a Hoagie Day. If you got a great hoagie spot in St. Louis, we want to hear about it. Post your hoagie pictures and tag STL TV as well as the hashtag National Hoagie Day. In order to bring a good balance to your life, we got Staying Fit coming up next. We pride ourselves in bringing you not only government meetings and coverage of events around the city, but also original programming that cannot be found anywhere else in the state. One of those original cutting-edge shows is En Breve. Stick around because En Breve is coming up at 1:30 p.m. right after our exclusive coverage of St. Louis area events on the block. Today is National Eat a Hoagie Day. There are several stories about how the hoagie got its name. Some say it's from the shipyard workers in Philly who would eat large Italian sandwiches wrapped in newspaper. The sandwiches helped the workers get through their long days, but they started being referred as to hoagies because only a hog would be able to eat an entire sandwich in one sitting. Coming up next, we've got STL Live, but after that, I'll be right back with another anecdote about how the hoagie got its name. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In case you haven't heard, it's National Eat a Hoagie Day, and I was so amused by this that I had to share it with you. Evidently, some believe the hoagie got its name because kids were playing hooky from school who actually afford this particular sandwich, and so it became known as hoagie sandwich with the accent in Philly and morphed into the hoagie sandwich. Do you believe it? Hey, it must be true. I found it on the internet. Well, we got some other things that you might find a little bit more amusing than the hoagie anecdotes. Stay tuned for coverage of the grand opening of the Gateway Arch Museum, followed by, I didn't get the pronunciation of this.
Oh, what is it?
This is the Welcome back. In case you haven't heard, it's National Eat a Hoagie Day, and I was so amused by this, I had to share it with you. Evidently, some believe hoagie got its name because kids were playing hooky from school who could actually afford this particular sandwich, and so it became known as hoagie sandwich with the accent of Philly morphed into hoagie sandwich. Do you believe it? Hey, it must be true. I found it on the internet. Well, we've got some other things that you might find a little bit more amusing than the hoagie anecdotes. Stay tuned for our coverage of the grand opening of the Gateway Arch Museum, followed by OVA Idisada, topped with the St. Louis Public Schools salute to the NBA great JoJo White. I heard them say, yeah.
That's Lawrence.
Did you know there is an estimated 50 to 70,000 people who are Bosnian living in St. Louis, the largest population outside of Europe? So it's only fitting that St. Louis has its own Bosnian show. OVA e Sada can only be found on STL TV, stltv.net, and on our YouTube channel. Are you ready to watch history in the making? Are you tired of watching the same old stuff? Why not subscribe to STL TV YouTube channel? You can stay up to date on the latest episodes. One of the shows we produce live in the studio to help you keep you in the mix of what's happening in St. Louis is STL Live, and it's coming up next. Enjoy. Balloon Glow in Forest Park is underway with food trucks, kids' fun area, and Boogie Child playing the main stage, starting in about 30 minutes. If you're new to St. Louis or you've never been, this is the night where all of the fabulous hot air balloons are on the ground and lit up from the inside out. Plus, there will be a firework finale at 9 p.m. If you decide to stay in tonight, we've got you covered with City Corner coming up next, followed by a bunch of great STL TV coverage of local events and St. Louis Presents at 7:30. The ending was a little weird. How do you keep up with what's happening in your neighborhood? Do you use the Nextdoor app, Facebook? Well, STL TV brings you coverage from events all over the city that you can stay in the know about your neighborhood and the next one over. Don't take my word for it. Just sit back and enjoy the exclusive 30 minutes of STL TV coverage of local events on the block.